Summer in Port Charles has always come with its fair share of heat waves, both meteorological and emotional. But this particular July has turned up the heat in every possible way. As storm clouds roll in both figuratively and literally, residents of this iconic town brace for emotional upheavals that promise to reshape relationships forever. In the heart of it all stands Carly Spencer, fierce, flawed, and determined to protect her family no matter what. But in recent weeks, Carly's world has become more complicated than ever, thanks to her tangled and dangerous connection with Jack Brennan, the powerful, enigmatic man whose secrets could shatter everything she holds dear. After weeks of uncertainty, near-death escapes, shared vulnerabilities, and unexpected chemistry, Carly makes a life-changing decision to confront Jack Brennan face-to-face, not as an enemy, not as a lover, but as a woman demanding the truth. It's nearly midnight when Carly walks into the Metro Court's rooftop terrace. The moon is veiled behind dark clouds, and a low rumble of thunder in the distance echoes her inner turmoil. She spots Jack standing alone, looking out over the city skyline, hands clasped behind his back in a stance that reeks of military discipline. Carly's heart pounds. She hates herself for the tremor in her chest every time she sees him. Brennan may be dangerous, but he's not just a villain in her story. Somewhere along the way, he became something more, a man she wants to believe is capable of redemption. Capable of love. "Jack," she says softly. He turns. His expression is unreadable, but there's a flicker in his eyes. Relief? Regret? Hope. "You came," he says quietly. "I had to," Carly replies. "We can't keep avoiding this." They sit across from one another at a candlelit table, untouched drinks between them. Silence lingers before Carly speaks again. "You nearly got my daughter killed," she begins, her voice even but sharp. "You used my family as pawns. And now you want what? Absolution? A second chance." Brennan's jaw tightens. "I never meant for Jocelyn to be caught in the crossfire. That was never part of the plan." Carly shakes her head. "There's always a plan with you, Jack. But people aren't pawns. Not to me." He leans in, voice low. "And what if I told you there's a bigger war coming? That what happened with your daughter, with Jason, was just the beginning." Carly's eyes narrow. "Then you'd better tell me everything. Because if you think I'll sit on the sidelines while the people I love are in danger, you clearly haven't been paying attention." Jack doesn't flinch. Instead, he reaches into his coat pocket and places a photograph on the table. Carly looks down, and her breath catches. It's a decades-old photo of Brennan in full military dress. Next to him stands a young man with familiar eyes, Carly's late husband, Lorenzo Alcazar. "My past with the Alcazars runs deeper than you know," Brennan admits. "Lorenzo and I served together in covert operations. He left. I stayed. But his death, it wasn't just business. It was betrayal." "You're telling me Lorenzo's death wasn't random?" Carly demands. "That it was connected to you?" Brennan nods. "And so is your future." Carly's voice is trembling now, but she doesn't back down. "Why me? Why involve me in all this?" "Because you're the key," Brennan says. "To peace. Or to destruction." As thunder cracks above, Carly pushes her chair back, rising to pace. "You're talking in riddles, Jack. Either tell me the truth or we're done." Jack rises too, facing her. "The agency I work for, we've been monitoring threats to national security for years. But something changed. A rogue faction broke off. They're not loyal to the country. They're loyal to power. And they've embedded themselves in every major city, including Port Charles." Carly's stomach drops. "You're saying there's a mole in Port Charles?" Brennan nods. "And I've been ordered to neutralize it." She takes a shaky breath. "And you want my help? I need someone who knows this town better than anyone, who sees everything, who people underestimate." Carly laughs bitterly. "So, you've gone from using me to recruiting me?" Brennan steps closer, lowering his voice. "I never meant to fall for you, Carly. But I did. And now I need you. Not just for the mission. For us." The air between them thickens with emotion. Carly turns away, blinking back tears. "I don't know if I can trust you." You don't have to. Not yet, Jack says. But I'm asking you to try. They stand there, the storm rolling closer, the candle flickering violently in the wind. Carly remembers everything: Sonny's betrayals, Jason's silences, Drew's distance. Every time she gave her heart, it came back bruised. And now here was Jack Brennan, a man who destroyed lives, but also saved hers, who saw her not as a widow, not as a mother, but as a warrior. You hurt me, she says finally. But more than that, you confused me. I didn't expect to care. I didn't want to. Jack's voice is rough. Neither did I. Carly doesn't flinch when Brennan hands her a manila envelope. She opens it slowly. Inside are photos of people she recognizes. Victor Cassadine's former associates, corrupt politicians, even a few familiar faces in Port Charles. They're all part of the network, Brennan says. One of them is the contact here. Carly stares at the photos. You're asking me to betray people I've known for years. I'm asking you to save lives. She looks up, her voice cold now. And if I say no? Then I'll walk away, Brennan says. I'll leave Port Charles. You'll never see me again. Carly studies him for a long moment. Is that a threat or a promise? It's both, he replies. Later that night, Jason Morgan arrives at Carly's house after a silent phone call from her. He can see the conflict in her eyes before she speaks. I need your advice, she says simply. Jason listens quietly as Carly lays out Brennan's offer, the photos, the conspiracy. When she's finished, he leans forward. You know what you're getting into? He asks. No, Carly admits. But I know I can't ignore it. Jason nods. He's dangerous. But he's not lying. Carly's eyebrows shoot up. You believe him? I believe that someone's trying to tear Port Charles apart from the inside. And I believe you can stop it if you're careful. And if I'm not, she asks. Jason's voice drops. Then you'll lose everything. The next morning, Carly shows up at Brennan's safe house. She doesn't knock. She just walks in and throws the envelope on the table. I'm in, she says. Jack rises from a dark corner, the hint of a smile on his lips. You sure? No, Carly says. But if there's a chance to stop whatever's coming, I won't sit by. There's a long pause, then Brennan takes a step forward. And us. Carly hesitates. I don't know if we have a future, Jack. Maybe we're doomed. But I know this. I won't let fear decide for me anymore. Brennan reaches out and brushes a strand of hair from her face. Then we face this together. As Carly and Brennan dig deeper into the network, clues begin to unravel faster than expected. Sonny starts acting erratically. Ava receives threats. Even Anna begins questioning her own team's loyalty. Then comes the biggest shock, evidence that points directly at Drew Kane. Carly is shattered. This has to be a setup. Brennan isn't so sure. He has motive, access, and connections. Carly refuses to accept it. Then we prove his innocence. But doing so may come at a price neither of them is ready to pay. Their bond deepens as the days blur into nights of planning, risk, and whispered confessions. But love in the shadows is always risky. Carly finds herself torn between her growing feelings for Brennan and the part of her heart that still mourns Jason, Drew, even Sonny. Then tragedy strikes. A bomb detonates at the Metro Court. Lives are lost. Port Charles reels. Carly survives, but barely. Brennan, against orders, stayed by her side through the night, refusing to leave even when his cover was at risk. As she wakes in the hospital, his hand wrapped around hers, she whispers, "You should have run." "I couldn't," Brennan replies. "Not from you." Weeks later, the dust settles. The mole is revealed to be a corrupted WSB agent, someone Brennan once trusted. Drew is cleared, but his relationship with Carly is forever changed. Jason silently walks away from it all, knowing Carly's heart now beats differently. And Brennan? He's offered a choice: return to the shadows, or stay and try to build something real. He turns to Carly. "I can disappear, or I can fight to stay in your world," he says. "But I need to know, are we destined, Carly? Or are we doomed?" She steps closer, her voice barely above a whisper. Maybe both. But I'm not afraid anymore. The war may not be over. The secrets may never stop. But for now, Carly and Brennan stand on the same side, not as enemies, not even as lovers, but as two flawed, fearless souls who found each other in the ashes of chaos. Their future remains uncertain, but it's theirs to fight for. And in Port Charles, sometimes that's enough.